Hey everyone, welcome back to Late Night in Japan. I'm Steph, and with me are my co-hosts Tate and Mike. How you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm sick. I'm kind of sick. I have a sore throat.
You good, Tate?
Low-key corona.
Low-key
COVID?
corona? I don't know. Corona's not a joke anymore.
Do you have a fever?
I don't have a fever. It's just that my throat hurts.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
Well, I had corona like a week ago, so I know how you feel.
In the hospital, right?
Yeah, in the hospital.
Like 1 month ago, a lot of people at my work got COVID too. So I feel like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the cases have gone up again.
Yeah. Especially the wave right now. I think the corona is contagious through air, so you don't have to actually
Airborne
be in
infection.
contact. Yeah. So it spreads more quickly, but it's not as deadly as before.
Basically, we're cooked. you can't. How do you prevent air?
You don't
You don't. Yeah, I just gotta,
stay home.
yeah.
Stay home again?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, remember when that was a hashtag? Stay home.
Stay home. It's like 2011. No, 21, sorry.
2021, yeah.
2020. Oh my god. Stay home.
Stay home.
Quarantine. Like, quarantine. I've never heard of that word until corona.
So
Yeah, I haven't heard of it for like a year though. But anyways, so we're three guys with a mix of local and international experiences, and we're here to share our thoughts on our life in Japan. And today we're diving into some of the most well-known stereotypes about Japanese people. Are they true or just exaggerations? We'll be talking about several topics if we have time, so let's get right into it. All right, so first, let's start with the big one. The idea that Japanese people are incredibly polite. I think we've all heard of this one. What do you guys think?
I guess on surface level, I would agree.
Surface level.
I feel like that people are generally more polite compared to other cultures,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I've lived in Japan, so.
Well, you live in the States, right?
Well, I live in the States and Japan, so I'm only able to compare two countries, but I feel like Japanese people tend to be more polite. I know in the States, like depending on where you are, for example, like Southern hospitality, people in the South are generally more polite, but then they're also more racist. So there's that.
Polite and racist.
Polite and racist. Yeah. I feel like it depends on who you are, but
Yeah. What about you, Tate?
Yeah, just like Mike said, on surface level, I would say Japanese people, including me, are more polite. But especially in corporate, we still have a hierarchy among corporate. And also, we still have the conception where we have to, respect our elders.
Yeah.
I feel like being humble is still kind of like a virtue in Japan. And I feel like politeness comes from that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the culture. It's just embedded in the system.
Mm-hmm.
So generally Japanese people are polite, but I don't know if they're genuinely polite, or it's just the environment that forces them to be polite.
that's a good point. So I
Yeah.
think what you're trying to say is Japanese people act polite because of the system and the environment kind of forces them to act polite, but
Uh-huh.
is that the same thing as being genuinely polite?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So we're taught like polite language to speak.
Oh yeah, polite language.
But that doesn't mean we're
So-called
genuinely
keigo.
polite. Yeah. The keigos.
The keigo.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I kind of struggled in Japanese corporate.
Mhm.
There's so many types, like keigo, sonkeigo, kenjogo,
Yeah. Like, even within Keigo, there's so many levels.
Yeah. I agree.
you have to lower your status to
Yeah, bring
please
the
your
other person
elders.
up.
Yeah, bring the
Yeah.
Like,
how
I
am
kind of
supposed-
understand like using those polite language towards customers,
Mhm.
But- people will still even use them in emails, like internal emails to people within your same workspace. And I feel like that's just overdoing it. You know, I don't know. For me, like, because when you create those emails using those keigo or polite words, it takes more time than just writing up an email. I feel like it's low-key a waste of time. I always question myself. I'm like, I'll write something down and I'll erase it, and then I write it up again. And I'm like, why am I spending this much time and effort into composing an email that maybe 3 people won't even probably read it?
That's so true.
Yeah, I think the problem is, well, I first of all agree that Japanese people are polite, but my opinion is that they're over polite, and that leads to some problems, like Mike mentioned. You know, just talking. There's like keigo. There's several types of keigo you have to understand and while speaking, and that brings stress in our daily lives, and it takes more time to do anything. So, you know, it's good to be polite, but my opinion is we're too polite.
We can lay back a little more. We can chill.
Chill.
But I feel like that'll never go away because it's so engraved into our culture. But I think it's not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like a lot of good does come from it. Like if people become less and less polite, then you'll have like a horror experience, you know, throughout your day. So I don't know. Overall, I don't have. How do I say it? Overall, I don't really mind it that bad. Like once you get used to it, it's second nature.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're just visiting the country or you just moved to Japan, like getting used to this aspect of the culture would take some time and energy.
But it's better than being rude.
Yeah,
True. Better than being rude.
It's always better.
Like, I wonder what happens if we don't have the hierarchy system and like the polite words in the Japanese language. Like, I wonder what happens because you know having like Sukiya or like McDonald's. No, not McDonald's, but like Sukiya. There's this like high schoolers, you know, part-timing, and they use polite the keigo, so-called keigo, as a service, but like their facial expression and their tone of voice isn't polite. Like so that I feel like that's a good example of the system forcing them to be polite. So
yeah.
I'm really curious what happens if we don't have all those. I almost said. All those, polite words and stuff.
Well, would it be considered rude if we don't have it?
I don't know.
I mean, is it necessary? To be honest, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, if we didn't have it from the beginning, like nobody really cared.
Yeah.
Dude, who invented keigo? Seriously.
I don't know.
That could be our next topic. Like,
who
started keigo?
All right. So we just talked about politeness in this episode. We couldn't cover any other topics just because we didn't have time. But next episode, maybe we can talk about different stereotypes like workaholics or punctuality in Japan. But yeah, this is it for today's episode. Thank you guys for listening, and we hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch us next time for more, and don't forget, if you have any questions or ideas, reach out to us. See you next time.
See you next
Sayonara.
See you next time. Sayonara.